Hey everybody, welcome back to CineFix Now. We are no longer live. That was just Tuesday night, and thank God. That was exhausting. Now I can cut around all of our little mistakes, and you won't see a single mistake in this entire episode of CineFix Now, I promise. But you will see a little bit later, we got some highlights from the red carpet that we're gonna cut together. That'll be up very soon. Moving on from Sin City, because we do have some other comic book kind of news. Of course, Lacey and I just want to talk about some Marvel stuff, because a lot of little fun Marvel stuff is happening right now. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, well, you know, we got some stuff on the Ant-Man front. Like, of course, we saw that picture of Paul Rudd where he's, like, in front of the Golden Gate Bridge, and he's
Paul
looking
Rudd in a hoodie.
Like, in a hoodie.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's important.
And also, there's this picture of Evangeline Lilly with her new haircut.
Yeah.
Of course, she plays the daughter of Hank Pym in the movie, and everyone's speculating now that she will, in fact, be Wasp, purely based on her hairdo.
Just because of her hairdo.
Also, on top of that, I mean, there's lots of little news here and there about Marvel. Kevin Feige went on the record saying, like, listen, we know you guys want Miss Marvel and Black Panther. We get it. That's all we ever hear from you guys. More people ask about that more than Iron Man 4, more than next Avengers movie. Development has been worked on and is continuing to be worked on it. But at the same time, you know, we got our own plans, guys. You got to just bear with us.
It's a lot like a dad yelling at his kids in the backseat of the car. Like, they've been screaming for ice cream for, like, the entire road trip, and he's like, look, I hear you. We may or may not get ice cream, but I hear you. The other fun thing that Marvel has announced recently is that they're not doing any more origin stories, which I think is a really interesting way to go on just this, on a macro level, for the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe.
At least that's the story for right now. Whether or not they keep it that way, we'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, and especially around this whole Doctor Strange idea, right? You know, for the longest time, they had the script where it's very traditional. You know, he's a surgeon, he gets in an accident, then he goes to Tibet and becomes a Sorcerer Supreme, and learns not to be a D-bag. It made sense in the 70s.
It's the magical version of Iron Man's origin.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a cocky hotshot guy, gets humbled in a very serious way. It's Iron Man meets Batman Begins with magic.
Done.
I think that's a fun movie, and I think Doctor Strange is one of the characters that actually deserves an origin story more than some of the others, maybe. The other thing that I really find fascinating about this, and I've been talking about this, Dave knows this, I've been talking about this for a long time, just not on camera, and I finally Googled around a little bit, and there have been some other people that have this theory as well. But
you've had this theory for like a long time.
For a real long time.
Like, you texted me.
I've been bugging the shit out of Lacey talking about it. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think it's gonna happen. But all that to say, I really think that Andy Serkis is gonna be Doctor Strange. One, he would be fabulous. I think he would be a fabulous Doctor Strange.
Good actor.
But also, this rumored release date of Doctor Strange in 2016, they got to start shooting pretty soon.
Yes.
Or at the very least, they got to get a cast together pretty soon.
Yes.
They've not made any announcements for the cast. Meanwhile, we know Andy Serkis is in Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
He's in the Comic-Con footage, from all reports. He's in Comic-Con footage with a beard. Then, the thing that happens this week, is why I'm finally talking about it, is this whole no origin stories thing. You know, if we get to meet Doctor Strange in Age of Ultron, then we can just pick up with the rest of his story in his solo movie. So that makes a lot of sense, too.
I think that you established, like, a really good case. I think that, I mean, I know for a few reasons
also,
why
I just really want it. Did
I know.
mention that? I just really want it.
Well, there's a few reasons why I think, you know, it wouldn't be him, but I also think another thing to consider is the fact that they do have to shoot it soon, they do have to cast soon, and Andy Serkis is directing a Jungle Book movie. John Favreau's doing one and he's doing another one, so that's going to take a lot of time for him to be off doing something else. That being said, I mean, I've always just kind of like looked at more of like the studio perspective of, you know, they tend to get these guys who are sort of like, you know, these really good-looking, sort of more macho guys to be the lead in these superhero movies because they have to carry their own franchise as well as being Avengers. I mean, you got like Chris Hemsworth, who's like basically an X-model.
Well, yeah, he's got to be
Evans,
Thor, though.
You know, RDJ.
Evans has to be Captain America.
Right, RDJ is the only different one a little bit, but that's because that guy was like one of the most respected actors of his generation before he even went to jail.
Look, I don't think it's fair to say that Andy Serkis is ugly.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying, you know... I mean, listen, I'll put it like this. I am not competing against Ryan Gosling in any role.
Right. I feel like this would be a choice that's in keeping with Marvel's track record, because they tend to go after people who need a break to really, not like their first big break, but that break that really sets them up into like A-lister kind of territory. RDJ he needed that break again.
Yes, he did.
They took a chance on him. He needed that break again. You look at Hemsworth. He was a young, he was the hot choice to be everybody for a little bit there, and then so they got him to be Thor.
Yes.
Chris Evans had been around for a long time. He'd done a lot of really good work. Everybody sort of knew who he was.
Yeah.
Needed that extra bump to get over the hump there and to be a superstar. And I think Andy Serkis is in that place right now. Like, everybody knows and appreciates Andy Serkis in the industry. He's a really well-respected guy and needs that extra little bump.
Well,
it makes a lot of sense to me, just given Marvel's track record.
And I don't disagree in that respect, especially, it was funny because we always play this game when they announce that they're going to do a superhero. There's about 2 months of speculation and, like, long lists and, like, websites will be like, the 10 people we expect Star-Lord to be.
Right.
Guess who was never on that list?
Never Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt was never on that list.
What better way to keep a secret than to hide it in plain sight? Like,
I've personally always wanted Daniel Day-Lewis
No,
to
that's
play
never
Doctor
happened.
Strange. And that way, think about it. All I have to do is pay him $20 million. He can be Doctor Strange once, and then he can be a shoe cobbler the rest of his life.
Yeah, but we don't want him to be Doctor Strange once. We want him to be Doctor Strange for like 4 or 5 movies and a couple of the Avengers sequels.
It probably won't
He's got to
happen.
either, the Inhumans are coming. The Inhumans are coming,
Yeah.
so Doctor Strange has got to be there too.
And there's always those rumors about Vin Diesel being Black Bolt,
Yeah.
which is funny because Black Bolt doesn't talk.
Yeah, so Vin Diesel could literally be in 2 main characters of this whole franchise and say a total of 3 words, which would be amazing. Well, I guess 5 because he said "We are Groot."
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So 5 total words. 2 main characters in a cinematic universe. That's good work if you can get it. All right, well, that's a whole lot of conspiracy theory rambling on our part. Is Andy Serkis going to be Doctor Strange?
Or is it going to be Joaquin Phoenix or Daniel Day-Lewis?
Or Daniel Day-Lewis. I think it's way more likely that a combination of Andy Serkis and Joaquin Phoenix will play Doctor Strange before Daniel Day-Lewis does it by himself. Click like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments below. Come back next time for more movie news on CineFix Now. Put it right here next to Planet Hulk. My other Marvel thing that's never going to happen.